This is Marvel from the Past, Captain America, 1990. Hello fellow followers and welcome to FanZcene. Today we'll be talking to you about the cheese-tastic, awesome Captain America movie from 1990. Uh, this is going to be the first in a couple videos I'm going to do about um, previous Marvel films before the MCU, before the juggernaut that is the MCU that we have now. I'm going to start with Captain America from 1990. Now this movie is cheesy. It is, I believe, it was in response to Tim Burton's 1989 Batman film because it was such a huge success. Batman was, and Marvel tried to get into the film game as well. And this was one of the films they tried to make, and I don't believe it ever was released in theaters in America. I believe it went straight to TV and home video VHS release. And I remember seeing this movie as a kid, and I remember enjoying this movie and rather liking this movie. And I still enjoy this movie and rather like this movie, even though I know that it is not a great movie. It is a bad movie. However, with that being said, let's talk about it. Um, the movie starts in fascist Italy, I believe in the 30s, and this young boy is kidnapped by the Italian fascist military, and he is taken to become a super soldier, and he becomes the Red Skull. Now, fast forward to World War II, we have Matt Salinger, who plays Captain America, Steve Rogers. He has polio, and he's been chosen for a super soldier program. And so he, gets the injections. He becomes the super soldier. He becomes Captain America. And the beginning of this movie is actually really good. It's very close to Captain America's origins and whatnot. There's a lot of differences, here and there, but you can see Captain America and his origin story within there. And he has this girlfriend who's I believe he's engaged to, named Bernice, who's clearly, Peggy Carter-esque. She's definitely that person. And so he goes off after he becomes Captain America, and after the doctor that makes him gets killed as well too. After as Captain America Origins is, so he goes off to fight the Red Skull in World War II. And like I said, the opening of this film is pretty good. He has this fight with Red Skull. Red Skull's makeup is hit a little bit hit and miss, but it's not too bad. And they have a pretty decent fight. The Red Skull beats him in the end and ties him to this rocket, and so that because it's Red Skull, he's going to destroy the world as usual. And so he blasts him off, and Captain America stops the rocket from hitting the White House and everything, and he lands in Alaska and gets frozen. And while he's flying over the White House, this kid takes a picture of him, and this kid grows up and becomes President of the United States. And meanwhile, while Captain America's frozen, the Red Skull undergoes multiple plastic surgeries to fix his face so he looks more like, so you can see the actor playing him, and he becomes like a head of a crime family, like a mafioso family. And the boy that grows up to become president, he doesn't like him, and the Darren McGavin plays a general who wants to take him out, so he hires the Red Skull's family, Red Skull and his mafia family, to take him out. And so they kidnap him, and then Captain America is found, and he's unthawed, and he makes his way back home, and he discovers that his Bernice, his girlfriend, his fiance, has aged, and she's married and has a kid now, who is played by the same actress that played her. Her name is Sharon Carter, anyone, which is clearly who she's supposed to be. And he finds out everything that's happened, what's going on, what's in the world, and him and Sharon go off on to figure out what happened to him and everything. And they find where he was made, and they find out about the Red Skull, and they find out about the president. And he's Captain America's very reluctant in this movie. He's not very heroic a lot at the times, but it was the 90s and not a big budget, so there wasn't a whole lot put into it. And so him and Sharon end up making their way overseas, and for the investigation and everything. And he finds out about the president. She gets kidnapped. He dons the Captain America suit again. He goes after her and the president. Him and the Red Skull have a fight again. Um, he kills the Red Skull. He takes down the family, saves the president. Captain America. So that's the movie in a nutshell. It is not a bad movie, but it's not a great movie. But it's just something about these old classic superhero films and Marvel films that I really enjoy. This movie wasn't too bad in my opinion. It's not great. Do I own the movie? Yes. Yes, I do. That's me. I love this. I love this stuff, comic book movies and comic books and stuff like that. And it's just such a joy to relive your childhood sometimes through these old cheesy bad flicks. And this movie, I liked it, enjoyed it. Marvel was trying at the time. They didn't quite succeed. They tried to make several Marvel movies that I'm going to be looking at here, TV and theatrical wise. If you haven't seen this Captain America movie, go check it out. You probably won't like it after everything you've seen within the MCU now. But if you like that, this genre and those like old classic cheesy movies like that, you may enjoy it. I enjoyed it. It just always boggles my mind how they can make these comic movies in the past in the 90s and change so much. And like with Captain America's girlfriend and Sharon, why didn't they just make her Peggy Carter or Sharon Carter? And why did they have to change that? Why did they have to change the Red Skull to an Italian and make him a mafioso family and give him plastic surgery to make his face look more human? Why did they have to change things? It's like they didn't think people could handle the comic bookness of these comic book movies. So I'm glad they've been taken more seriously now than they were in the past. But I'm also glad to have these old movies to see what came before. As they say, the past is prologue. So if you want to see this movie, I suggest you check it out. If you don't, that's cool. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to have a couple more of these to come when I get them up and going. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe below. Share the video if you like. Follow me at FanZcene on Twitter. Guys, have a good day. Godspeed. Thanks for watching.